There is a glass of cloudy liquid that has been used in traditional medicine for over 5,000 years. The Babylonians used it. Hippocrates prescribed it. Modern wellness influencers swear by it. Modern scientific researchers are starting to confirm what the traditions claimed. Apple cider vinegar, taken consistently for 30 days, produces measurable shifts in inflammation, blood sugar, gut microbiome, and metabolic health. But the marketing has gotten ahead of the science, and most of the cloudy bottles on the shelf do not deliver what they promise. Today, the truth about what 30 days of apple cider vinegar actually does to your inflammation, the 7 specific changes documented in clinical research, and the way most people use it that wastes the entire effect. The #1 change will surprise you. Welcome back to Inflammation Nation. Today we are decoding apple cider vinegar. Real apple cider vinegar is fermented twice. First, fresh apples are pressed and the juice ferments into hard cider. Then the cider is fermented again into vinegar by acetobacter bacteria, which produce acetic acid as their primary output. The cloudiness in raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar, called the mother, contains the living bacterial culture, residual polyphenols, enzymes, and trace minerals that drive most of the documented effects. Filtered, pasteurized, supermarket apple cider vinegar has lost most of these. The bottle on the shelf matters more than most users realize. Here is what changes in your body over 30 days when you use the right vinegar correctly. Change 7. Post-meal blood sugar response flattens. A landmark 2017 study in the Journal of Functional Foods showed that 1 to 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar diluted in water and consumed before a high-carbohydrate meal reduced post-meal blood glucose elevation by up to 34% in adults with normal metabolism and substantially more in subjects with insulin resistance. The mechanism appears to be a combination of slowed gastric emptying and improved insulin sensitivity at the cellular level. The flatter post-meal curve translates directly to lower chronic inflammation. Change 6. Gut microbiome diversity rises. The acetic acid in apple cider vinegar functions as a short-chain fatty acid in the colon, and the living bacterial cultures in raw, unfiltered ACV introduce additional microbial diversity. A 2020 paper in Microorganisms tracked subjects taking raw apple cider vinegar daily and found measurable increases in beneficial bacterial species within 21 days, particularly the bacteria that produce butyrate, one of the most anti-inflammatory metabolites in the human gut. Change 5. Appetite and cravings reduce. Subjects in multiple controlled studies consistently report reduced hunger and reduced sugar cravings within the first 2 weeks of daily apple cider vinegar use. The mechanism is partly the blood sugar stabilization, partly the slowed gastric emptying, and partly the gut microbiome shift away from sugar-loving bacterial populations. Cravings are partially a bacterial signal. ACV changes the signal. Change 4. Skin clarity improves. The internal anti-inflammatory effects of consistent ACV use surface on the skin within 3 to 4 weeks for most subjects. Acne, eczema, and rosacea all show measurable improvement when systemic inflammation drops. Importantly, the skin improvement is from internal use, not topical application. Topical application of undiluted apple cider vinegar can damage the skin barrier and is not recommended. Change 3. Lipid markers improve. Multiple meta-analyses, including a 2021 review in the journal Nutrition, have shown small but consistent improvements in total cholesterol, LDL cholesterol, and triglycerides in subjects taking daily apple cider vinegar over 4 to 12 weeks. The effect is not dramatic, but it is real, and it compounds with other dietary improvements. Change 2. Morning energy increases. This is the change most users notice first and attribute to other factors. Within 10 to 14 days of starting daily ACV, most subjects report waking up clearer, having more steady energy through the morning, and crashing less hard in the afternoon. The mechanism is the cumulative effect of stable overnight blood sugar, better gut function, and reduced systemic inflammation. And now, change number 1. The silent one. The one almost nobody talks about. reduction in chronic joint stiffness. Subjects with elevated baseline inflammation often report meaningful reductions in morning joint stiffness and mild aches within 3 to 4 weeks of consistent ACV use. The effect appears to be driven by the systemic reduction in C-reactive protein and other inflammatory markers. Real-world subjects in functional medicine clinics consistently report this change before they report the more headline-grabbing benefits. That is what 30 days of apple cider vinegar actually does. The right protocol is 1 to 2 tablespoons of raw, unfiltered organic apple cider vinegar, diluted in 8 to 12 ounces of water. Consume 10 to 30 minutes before your largest meal of the day. Use a glass or metal straw to protect tooth enamel. Rinse your mouth with plain water afterward. Never take it undiluted. Never apply it to skin. Choose a bottle with the mother visible and store it in a cool, dark place. Used correctly, the bottle is one of the simplest and most evidence-supported interventions in the entire wellness category. If this investigation gave you a new tool, subscribe so you do not miss next week. We are going after the silent symptoms of small intestinal bacterial overgrowth that doctors routinely miss. Until then, stay curious, stay skeptical. This video is for educational purposes only and is not medical.